What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the Russell Journal. My name is Russell, and this is my journal entry for Friday, February 10th. Friday, February 10th, 2023. Okay, choppy day in the market. A lot of really great trading opportunities. I had a pretty red day today. Really, uh, it felt like nothing I did worked. And to be honest with you, like every time I would get one way, one, there's just a complete lack of follow through one side or the other. And two, it did feel as though um, every time I would go long, we would crash. Every time I would go short, we would rally back up. This was pretty aggravating for me. It is interesting to know that I control how the market moves. I have that power. That I basically, I'm going to open up a Discord. This is my plan now. This is what I'm doing. I'm going to sell memberships to Discord, and basically it'll just help me cover my costs. And what you guys will do is you'll be in the Discord, and when I go short, you can go ahead and go long, and you just pay a membership to the Discord. I'll help you. You'll make money in the stock market. I'll cover my costs by selling Discord memberships. And so I'll go short. You guys can go long and make money when the market goes down, goes up, because I went short. And then when I go long, you can go ahead and go short, and you just trade the inverse of me. It'll be my inverse Discord. That is kind of, let me know if that's something you'd be interested in, because it seems as though I tend to do the wrong thing at the wrong time, always. And it's it could work, right? This could be a thing. You just do the opposite of me. And me and Jim Cramer, and this is how I'm going to use. I'm thinking, like having the power to control the market this way. Like, how can I use it for the most good? And I really, I want to do good, and I don't, I could be evil and stuff, but I feel like if I just open the Discord and you guys just trade inverse of me, then I'm doing some good stuff for you. I'm giving you some good things. All right. All right. All joking aside, really, well, so starting from yesterday, I'm really not in a good trading mindset. Like, I haven't been in a good trading mindset. I've been downright manic about what's happening and the opportunities that I see in the market. And I've been frustrated because I've missed so many good trades. So I'm going to take this weekend and decompress a lot and come back fresh for next week. We do have CPI next week, so there should be some good catalysts. It should be probably the last really great trading week of February. So, okay. But today, and it sucks because today was really very interesting. This is a day that there's a ton of selling pressure, but I didn't want to be short. And I think I'm right in my assessment that the opportunity was to the upside. Where and how that would move and how it would happen, I actually have it set up here behind me so that we can go through and sort of review what this sort of tighter trading range day looks like. Now, you can see we came in this morning. We hit this low at 502 or 405.02. And there's some stuff that is very interesting. The support of this market has really been the lower Bollinger Band. The resistance has been the upper Bollinger Band. And this is on the 5-minute time frame. You can see from back over here, though, you are finally starting to get some expansion in that Bollinger Band. You're getting some pressure and some momentum to the upside here. I was really hoping for a lot more. And so my first move, obviously, was to try and go long into the break back above 407. That failed. I lost on that trade. Then again, we got this sort of bounce here. Came in long again for another attempt at 407. Pulled back. I lost on that trade. And then this is where I really got it. I hooked a gear on this one, and I got long for the break. So you broke below here, and I'll show you. I'll go back over here and show you some of the stuff that I think is very interesting. And this is where we go to the 1 minute time frame. And I'm going to take the Bollinger Bands off because on 1 minute, Bollinger Bands really don't matter on the 1 minute. I will tell you, I've experienced this quite a bit. So, okay, so this is where it was really interesting. We got this break finally above the 200-minute moving average, holding above the 18, and I was able to capture from the 200 into this ride. It did pull back and stop me out for a gain right there. And then coming back into the 200, I got long, but I got long into the 409 calls, and I did hold them. I diamond handed this shit all the way into 408. I'll zoom in here for you guys. Into this break of 408. And I'm pretty red on this already because it just took too long. So the theta 1 decay was burning, the chop was burning me. And so the really we got the break of 408 really into the end of the day. I was looking for the break up to 409. You've got a 200 period moving average on the 5 minute up there, and a couple of the other longer ones. I thought we might be able to bring momentum into this. The other thing too is yesterday was yesterday's trading range. Okay, let's go ahead and look at the daily because this is some stuff that I want to talk about too. It's stuff I was thinking about last night as I was sleeping or trying to sleep. Some of the stuff that I think is really interesting. Okay, so the line going through the candles is a 3 EMA. That's what I'm trading off of, or that's kind of something I've been using a lot lately is the 3 EMA and the 18 simple moving average. Okay, you can see today we did get the bounce pretty much right off of the 18 MA. Something I talked about yesterday is that look for a bounce into this. I don't know what it'll be, right? There's a few things that are very interesting on this particular candle. Is one, you did put in you put in a low here, but you also got the support right there, and you closed into the bottom of so you're green on the day, so closed into the bottom of this breakdown candle here. Some stuff that I think is interesting, stuff I thought was really interesting into today is that, first of all, you had this outside day followed by an inside day, followed by another bearish engulfing candle right here into this. Now, this setup right here is often referred to as what's called a Harambe setup, or in Japanese, I do know it means pregnant. Right? It's giving birth to another move. Okay. And I did really expect a tighter range today. However, I was kind of hoping that you'd get all the way back to 410. That would be kind of a 50% retracement of yesterday's action. So I was really looking for that. And I was probably looking for it a little too long, too late into the day. But that's kind of how I was sort of viewing the chart today. Again, really looking at that 5 minute chart, and we'll go back to it. Like I said, you can really see here how on the 5 minute chart, the Bollinger Bands really, really held this down. These guys would not embed this slow stochastic into that. And there's some things that I think are really interesting in this that I learned is one, it would be okay to go ahead and take 100% profit on the 5 minute at the upper Bollinger Band. I've never really thought about that before. And one of the things that cost me in today was that I was trying to find that follow through. I was trying to look for that follow through. So I had 408s into this last move, this last move up here to the first 408.20. That's it. And I held them, and I'm green on them over like I'm up like $400 on this one push. And I should have been taking profit there. And I didn't know or realize that that is where I should be taking profit, especially in this certain set of market conditions. So I didn't make anywhere near as much money on them as I could have. So this is something I'm adding to my trade setup, is that, especially after, when you have some idea that it's going to be a tighter range day, this is a great place, especially on the 5-minute time frame, to take profits off the table. So that is stuff that I think going forward is really going to help up my game a lot, and help me not feel like I'm missing trades. Like I said, I could have cycled positions just a ton through today, and believe it or not, even though this is crazy as far as like how much chop there is, after the first half of the day, where I just really got my ass kicked in the first 4 hours of trading, and I didn't even trade the first like hour and a half. So it was literally like, the second, third, and fourth hour. I'm lost, and so psychologically, emotionally, and I kept trying to fight through it to find some type of clarity. I feel as though I found the clarity, so I'm not too upset about the losses today. But really kind of having that idea as to taking where to take those profits at. This has been something I have been. There's some stuff that I am working on. One is that I think it is possible for me to make $1,000 in a single trade. I think that is possible, and I think it's possible with my position size. Okay. What I don't know, or I haven't, is where to sort of think of this as a possibility. Okay. To take 10 contracts and make $1,000 with that. Where is that a possibility, and where isn't it a possibility? So yesterday on the put side, I got to see the possibility there, but here on the long side, on the calls, trying to trade the chop, I learned some stuff. And there's the thing that's crazy about it is I could have had $1,000 day. There is one solid trade here, two solid trades here. This is not a solid trade because it's into the end of the day. So that would have been power hour. I would have been done. But in both of these moves, there was $800 on the table, and instead of making that, I actually lost money. Again, I don't feel bad anymore about my losses. I do feel very upset about leaving money on the table. I do feel very upset about missing trades where I see it, there's a trade, it's obvious. Yesterday I refused to get short. My first thought into yesterday's open and yesterday's market, after the first hour, I'm like, oh, this is a short. I should have shorted, and there I would have, yeah. Anyway, I'm not gonna have those regrets. Those are not things that I want to carry with me. But I'm gonna put that down. But with what you see behind me, and the action we have behind me, and I'll tell you, here you do have a bit of a breakout wedge, right? This does want to, and this is something that I got from Corey. Okay, so I'm all over the place. Let me calm down. Let me reiterate, because I'm seeing too much stuff. All right. So first of all, I've been wanting to try and have that $1,000 trade. Okay. In order for me to do that, what I need to do is figure out, when do I use a stop loss, and when do I stop worrying about a stop loss and start worrying about taking profit? Well, here you have a very clear and obvious situation where I get to see that you can take profit. And from yesterday, I got to see very clearly where you just trail your stop loss. So I have that variation now. I can see where that is. I can kind of know where that's going to happen a little bit and how to do that. I've been trying to really sort of catalog this and get some sort of exposure to it. And it's cost me a fair bit of money to find this exposure. So I think it has been said that the market usually exacts some type of tuition, and I have paid it. So that is for sure. But I think going forward, I think I have what I need in order to do that. So next week we will see. Again, we've got the weekend ahead of us. We've got you've got a whole bunch of stuff that can happen, and really where now this is something that again now we can go and talk about Corey. Okay, so talking about Corey in this is that over at the stocks channel, one of the things he's laid out on this chart is that you have a trading range from about 404 to 414. Okay. You have a market that doesn't really have a direction it needs to go, but you have a trading range at that point. Okay. Now, if you break below 404, you can look out and see the 200-day moving average down there at 391. Or if you break above if you break above 414, you have the 100-week moving average, which is a pretty clear target up there at 422. So you do have some possibilities as to what is viable outside of this range, but inside of the range, you have the range, and that's nice. I made plenty of money in previous weeks when we traded between like 390 and 400. I did pretty good when we traded between like 400 and even 407. And then I did really well when we were trading very solidly between like 408 and 415. So I feel as though my trades were really solid through those moments. Again, really looking for where that profit taking needs to happen. That is kind of the thing that is screwing me in my trades, because I get green on them and then I set a stop loss and it stops me out, or I don't set a stop loss and then it comes back and it wipes me out, because I'm really not clear as to where and how to do that. And so I would say, and I've been very unclear as to, I have been all over the place as far as what time frame to really be day trading on. It's so far right now, it looks like the up to the 15-minute is really 15 or even 30-minute is your max as far as if you're day trading, how far I want to go, as far as like hoping for moves into. I'll show you. This is one that I set up today that I thought was very, very interesting. So this is the 30-minute time frame, and this is one last thing I would really want to look at. You can see that you held this 200 period moving average off the 30-minute most of the day. Like that was a very strong support along there. You can see you got determined bounces away from that. Now, the thing that was cool about this is that I caught this on this. Now, and this is where I got, I had to become a little diamond handy. And this is where, again, I'm trying to sort of put this all together, is that, so we came into the 200, and right at this point, you're starting to give up the overbought reading. Okay. Now, the thing that's crazy about this is that I caught the green move off of these two candles. This is the one that I was green on. And what I forgot to realize is that, like, in this, your first touch of this 30-period moving average is usually going to be rejected. And what I was hoping for is that you would get rejected, and this is why I held, and that you would rebound back in and up through it, especially because it was holding this 200-period moving average. So it really was fairly diamond handy through it. When I cut it, I finally thought I cut it not at a great dollar figure. It could have been a very smaller loss, but what I should have kind of had in the back of my mind or had going on there is that, you're going to hit this 30-period moving, the 18 on the 30, and that's where you just want to take profit, because you will have a pullback off of that. And that's where, again, I could have looked very easily to get long off of that 200-period moving average on the 18. And as of right now, you look like you are setting up to where the 18 is getting ready to reject the 200. Now, this can go either way. Again, you're in a bit of a wobble spot here where if this 18 pulls back down, you will, if the 18 crosses underneath this, you will take out this low at 502. That will take you down to 404 or 405. I'm sorry. And it will take you down. So if the Bears do manage to break the 18 on the 30, you will go take out the low. Now, that is something that I have learned. The moving average game is something that I've been learning from Ira Epstein. If he ever does a class, and Ira, if you ever watch these, if you ever do a class that's on how the moving averages work, then I'm all for it. One of the things, and I want to put a catalog of this into the journal, is that one of the things that I have learned from Ira is that when you have a shorter moving average like the 18 come above a longer moving average. So if the 18 were to break above the 200, what it usually means is you will go and make a new high from the previous high, right? So when we got that, right, you had the high at 408, and that's when we went up and made the high at 418, right? Back a few days ago, when that supposedly golden cross happened. Now, from the standpoint of Ira Epstein and what he teaches, he does not believe that a golden cross means a new bull market. He only thinks that you're going to go take out the previous high. The one area, there's two areas where I saw one with the golden cross of the 20-day and the 200, and the 50-day and the 100, and I think it's the 50 days coming up over the 200 now. You do have a chance to go and make a new high off of that. But I'm not going to pull that up because I'm not trying to teach this. I'm just trying to make a note of it. The last thing about that is when we did make the low down at 348, that was when you had the crossover of the 20 came underneath. It came completely underneath the one. We had the 200, then you had the 100 underneath that, and the 20 came back down and went below the 100. And all you did is go and that was in like September. You created the low from 2023, but you took out the previous June low at 360. So that is something that Ira talks about. I'm not going to put it up on the chart right now. Maybe we'll go over that later. But you do have this scenario, again, you're looking at this at this situation here on the 30-minute. You are above the 18 now on the 30-minute, but you're getting close to overbought. So you could probably be fixing. Now, the one thing about this is that was the other thing that paired really well with this first trade was the MACD was setting up a buy signal on the 30-minute. So I know investors will tend to, or swing traders especially, when this starts to happen, if you're above the 200 on whatever time frame and the MACD starts to roll over, especially at the 30, this is a signal for a lot of investors to buy and come in and buy the dip at that point. So the one trade I took that was green was really good off of that, and learning a little bit about my stop loss situation that helped too. So all right, so that was basically it. That was my day. It's been a rough week for me as far as trading goes. It's been an educational week. I've been really fighting to try and learn and not just learn, but establish within my setup, where do I set stops? When do I set stops? When do I take profit instead of setting stops? And it's cost me real money. And so that's one thing I think about it that is really more than anything, I want to make the argument for trading real money in that it really does make this seem real. It makes it feel real. And the other thing too about it is there are habits that I build while trading live and trading real money I don't know if there's any really good, valuable information in me saying any of that or doing any of that. Um, the you know I think most guys who believe in paper trading will hear that as an excuse, and they may be right. Look, I have no ego in any of this anymore. I'm trying to be completely devoid of ego. So that is what I want to be. The one thing I will tell you is paper trading. It never feels as real money. The losses. It's too easy for me in paper trading a lot of times to pretend like the losses don't matter. That's the thing. So. But at the same time, I have lost pretty hard this week. I'm not interested in continuing to lose that hard. So I may have to back off this for paper trading for a little while till I have this setup has been very expensive to build. So I need to do that. I need to really dial in the setup. And those are the last two pieces is like, when do you take profit and when do you just trail with your stop? So that is going to do it for me. I don't know. And for the Russell Journal, written, edited, hosted by me, Russell Liss, produced by Social Media Shows. Executive producer is Maria Pereza. And I will see you guys on Sunday. And until then, though, just pretend I said some sort of catchphrase.
This show is brought to you by Michelle Kubiak with Berkshire Hathaway Home Services. If you're looking to buy or sell a home, call Michelle at 702-683-6576. Her license number is S.48606. This show is also brought to you by Hand and Stone Massage and Facial Spa, located on Silverado Ranch, here in Henderson, Nevada. Restore, relax, and refresh. Let's not forget our very own Meryl and Merrick comedy show. This fun, comical TV sitcom duo with Social Media Shows Network loves to make you laugh. Mahel Empire Productions. It's a filmmaker based in Las Vegas, Nevada. Founded by Michael and Sonny Mahal, and are dedicated to making feature films. Turn your power on with Broken Bulb Productions. Owned by Russel Rapp, an independent filmmaker based out of New Jersey. This show is brought to you by, let's not forget, our very own GI Connections. It's a non-profit organization that connects veterans with resources. We're also proud to recognize Prolific Arts with Sonia Scott. Painting is the expression of emotion and feeling deep within one's heart. Let's not forget Matoma Environmental Technologies. Global research, development, and manufacturing of innovative photocatalytic products. Our show is also brought to you by Carmelo Rodriguez, who is the author of a best-selling book called Smile. It's based on true events. It's the story of a couple building a family. Get your copy of his book at Amazon today. We also love our musicians. Think about Frank's Tribute, an all-star band. It's a Green Bay-based band with Let Me Be Frank's Productions, family-owned by Frank Hermans, who happens to be a veteran entertainer.
Welcome to Social Media Shows. Have you been watching social media shows recently? Of course you have. We have been live streaming for 4 years across social media platforms. We produce over 70 shows with over 1,000 episodes. In the process, we've helped over 100 creators realize their dreams and start their own show. We give platforms to promote your business. If you are an artist, if you have an event, if you are entrepreneurs, or if you have a story. If you haven't done it yet, go ahead and subscribe and follow us on major social media platforms. And if you have a great idea of a show, join us. Social media shows can help you produce and live stream your own show. Let us help you make your dream become a reality.
Hello, everyone. This is Joseph Skoda with Social Media Shows. Well, I thank all of you for your support through these last several years, and it's been a lot of fun. We've given people a voice they never had before. Now, Social Media Shows is always collaborating with our veterans to help them do things and help out the veterans who are struggling today. And we teamed up with GI Connections, connecting veterans with resources. So please consider helping and donating to this great cause because we're always doing things for veterans. So GI Connections, Social Media Shows, and you is what makes the world a better place. Once again, Joseph Skoda, proud United States Air Force veteran.